Damn! Fuck! Ass! I'm pretty sure this is how the angry video game nerd would react if he had to play this game. But not because it's bad. Actually, the Angry Video Game Nerd Adventures is a pretty neat platformer. But it will torture you with a hellish difficulty. It's not as hard or as frustrating as Dark Souls, but you will definitely find yourself swearing and wishing the plague upon those programmers for moments like these. As you can see, I've not beaten the whole game yet, but I've seen most of it and lost about 500 lives in the meanwhile. Technically, this is a very simple game structure. After a short intro, you will take the role of James Rolfe, aka the nerd, who got sucked into the video game world. Jumping and firing blasts from the zapper are the two predominant talents that get you through this mostly side-scrolling platformer. All you need to do is to avoid enemies and traps, and punch your way through until you get to the stage boss. Well, easier said than done. You can take 3 hits from a normal trap or a foe, but simply touching a skull block will cost you a life and set you back to the last checkpoint. Depending on your chosen difficulty, you will get a set number of lives to get through, and if you can't make it, you will return to the level select screen and start all over again. Once you beat a level, your progress is saved, so you don't have to do them all in one session, even if you lose all your lives. In my opinion, this is a nicely done stretch between old school design and frustration-free progression. The better you know the game, the easier it gets, so you don't need all those 30 lives of the normal difficulty setting at some point in time. However, this is also the only real flaw this game has. Before I got a hang of it, I lost like 25 of my 30 lives before I got to beat the stage boss. But starting a new level with only 5 lives left is pretty pointless in my opinion, especially when you're not good enough yet. So I found myself committing suicide a few times, and that's bad for my statistics. So I wish I got those 30 lives back as soon as I got to beat one stage. Especially since I gained a lot of motivation to visit solved levels once more as soon as I found those hidden characters. Each one of them uses a special ability that makes the game somewhat easier. The guitar guy will shoot wide shots through walls, while Bullshit Man has the strongest weapon in the game. My favorite character is Mike. He's just perfect for difficult jumps, although he tends to jump a little too high sometimes. On top of that, he will find secret passages and cut them open with his red lightsaber. Well, he's not the best fighter around. Short range and weak strikes won't scare those foes in the slightest. Anyway, the key to beating this game is getting to know it. The more often you die, the better you will know it by heart. But that doesn't mean that you can run through like there's no tomorrow. You will need to be very precise and have patience, or you might die in the same trap over and over and over again. Early levels like Assholevania may only test your timing skills, but things can get pretty complicated after a while. Still, the level design is always fair, so you could actually beat the whole game without losing even one life. And you'd even get a Steam achievement for it. But I'm pretty sure that it will take a whole while till we see that coming. In the meanwhile, fans of the original nerd reviews will enjoy a ton of references and insider jokes that come along. Starting with infamous quotes from the show, such as "Where did you learn to fly?" and ending with whole level themes, such as the hilarious Atari porn stage. I think it's awesome that the designers managed to pull this off without violating copyrights from other games. I am not completely satisfied with the graphics though. I have a very strong PC, so a platformer like this shouldn't be too demanding. Still, the frame rate will drop occasionally and the screen will tear when moving. On top of that, I find the graphics to be unfaithful to the overall style. Blocky characters and limited color palette try to establish an 8-bit feel to the whole thing, but effects like transparencies and huge moving objects won't complement that. These are things that most 16-bit consoles wouldn't even pull off. But that's just my opinion. Well, what's the final verdict? Buy it or fry it? I say buy it. Even if you don't know or don't like the angry video game nerd, you still might enjoy the demanding gameplay and some of the silly scenes, given that you can take a round of poop jokes once in a while.